Alligator Blood on the outside, raced up in the lead, he raced away, he's going to win the Stratty.
Right, Gypsy Goddess in front, and Gypsy Goddess has won the Open. Kamantari's flying, got up. Oh, big win special, K.
Rightio, Mugs. Welcome back, I guess, for us as well, boys. And we're just sort of saying we don't really have a plan for the season premiere here. We could probably call this season 2, even though we've been going around for a bit. But we're back. We just got a new attitude, a new freshen up. We've been in the paddock. Yep. Bean, you're looking quite jolly there, mate.
Yeah, pretty happy to be back, mate. Keen to I missed most of the racing on the weekend, but I'm keen to get stuck into it.
That's it, mate.
Teddy Bear's picnic at Eagle Farm this weekend. So
well, you've told us what you were just doing last weekend, so this would be a welcome upgrade, I could probably say.
Probably.
And speaking of teddy bears, mate, we've got the biggest one that you can see right here, Lloydie as well, star of the hone-in.
I think Bean's looking so jolly because he did miss last weekend, really. That Doomben, I went through it again. Like I didn't back a winner at Doomben all day. But if you're a favourite punter, you're probably backed 5 or 6 winners. It would have been a fill-up, but it's too smart for that.
Can get a bit like that there. Yeah. Even yesterday was a bit like that. Started a bit rough and then they just went bang, bang, bang. And I was like, oh.
So back to the farm.
So generally you're telling me I've missed out on 2 absolute fill-ups in the last 10 days. Because that's
what we're trying to
that's pretty much what we go to. But Muggs, you're right. We're back at Eagle Farm this weekend and we're going to try and do some different things on the podcast. We're going to chat a bit more racing. And unfortunately that sacrifices some of the earlier races sometimes, which I don't think is a big loss, to be completely honest. But we're all about Queensland racing. So lads, we want to just touch on sort of what the news is or what's going around the last couple of weeks since we've been gone.
Queensland is so hot right now.
I've got some conversation starters on here just in case this sort of happened that we have nothing to talk about because let's face it, it's Queensland racing. But Lloydie, you're the journalist of the crew, self-proclaimed.
Yeah, I was going to say, I'm not sure anyone's going to confirm that anywhere else.
And what are you wearing a soccer shirt there?
It's just a gym shirt. I thought it was the mug shirt when I put it in the
I
bag.
thought it was too. I was like, am I like going blind? No. My eyes tripping with the lines. But anyway, mate, white lines, that's what you're about.
Exactly.
Brisbane racing, we've just come out of the Winter Carnival. We'll touch on that. Huge success. But coming into the off-season now, mate, there's always stories to be had. So what are the stories?
Mate, I guess probably the big one. I don't know how long it was since we've been on and there's talking about it, but
3 weeks.
King of the Mountain, have we mentioned that? Like the new slot race. Rocky forms the form and we come out with the Archer and then the friends up the hill, Gabby wanted a piece of the action and said, hey, give us a slot race. But bit of news during the week with it. I think if we did mention it earlier, it was about Satellite Stables, Chris Waller.
Well, the conditions have been set now, haven't they?
They have. So you can only be based in Queensland, so Satellite Stables out. So no
solely Queensland.
Yep. So Queensland bred,
trained,
raced. I think they've got to almost be raced in Queensland from day one, I believe.
Right. Yeah. Oh, so not even a purchase from New South.
No, I'm pretty sure they got to be born in Queens.
The ex-Waller.
Yeah.
So you got Humboldt Current, Sale, going around again.
It's it's right here on the website, but
there you go. Well, you haven't just been reading it out word from word for the last minute there, anyway. So, I did read actually because I saw this pop up.
Yeah.
Winner gets a wildcard entry into the Magic Millions, something there as well.
Probably,
which you're probably going to be
because it's 2 weeks before,
anyway.
so
perfect lead up.
It is.
Yeah, because what is it? New Year's Eve.
Yeah, but interesting. This race day is so it's the Toowoomba, obviously New Year's Eve. If you've missed it, Mugs, $750,000 race, but there is a Saturday Metropolitan meeting at Doomben on the same day, which has got like the Nudgy, the Rogue, and races like that. Those big lead ups. So jockeys, I don't know what they're going to do if they're going to. There'll probably be enough time to get up there.
Well, is it going to be
It's a night meeting.
It's a twilight meeting.
Yeah.
So you've got Doomben Saturday afternoon, Toowoomba Saturday night with that race.
Oh, there's nothing wrong with the drive up the range, mate, on the way.
Looks like the Mugs party bus is in full swing. Imagine that. Fill up at Doomben, up the hill. I don't think it would make it up the hill, would it?
Probably not.
Oh, mate, that's huge.
But yeah, that's exciting. Cutest incentives as well, so plenty of money going into it. Which is good.
And I did see how they're doing the slots is a ballot, which we might have to figure out, how we get $250 to put an application in, and then figure out how to get $40,000 if was
You draw
successful.
out.
So I think anyone can apply, and if you're successful, you can purchase the
You got
slot.
to purchase the slot. Yeah, right.
So, Mugs, we're reaching out for sponsorship deals.
Yep.
If you've got some cash, let us know. We've got the three person
You've got a horse. You've got a
Well,
horse.
we've got a
We've
horse.
got a horse.
We've
I
got
guess.
like 4 horses
Yeah.
now. Like that's the idea. We want to race one of our horses. Otherwise, you're gonna split it with owners, mate.
Yeah, you just go hard on them.
Imagine that if we
80-20.
had a horse.
the
I mean, if we had a slot, you just tell one of our many training friends that we have a horse with to say, "This is the plan. Which horse are you going to get there for us? Let's make it happen."
Yeah.
Win it.
Because I think what happens with those sort of slot races, which I think the Archer had some problems with, was if the slot holder chooses a horse, then you've got to make that deal with the owners and the trainers, and you might earn less money than running at Gatton.
Yeah.
10
I
days.
think the
Yeah.
issue with the Archer, and it might be a topic that we can talk about later on in the year when it gets a little bit closer to that time coming around. But with the consolation race on the same day, the Fitzroy, that was meant to be, if a horse was scratched from the Archer, that's where you got to pick a horse from. And owners of horses that were in the Fitzroy were going to be running for less money, for running 10th in the Archer than what they would if they could win the Fitzroy. So a few complications there that RQ will no doubt sort out, or the amateurs, I guess, rocky amateurs, but it's exciting times.
Mate, it is. And RQ, Keurig, Toowoomba, it is the absolute dream team. I'll tell you that much for true. Speaking of Toowoomba, I've got a hot topic in Queensland racing. Good friend of the show, fellow member of the Toowoomba market, the Curry Yard, absolutely flying.
Yeah.
And we keep saying this every week, and we just don't seem to back them. But 40% are going at this month, believe it or not.
Yeah, I've got one in
July.
I've got one in the last coming
In
up.
July.
Keen on. But,
So we'll touch on a who's hot kind of every week, and there's nothing hotter than curry on a Saturday night
No.
or a Saturday for all that matters.
Yeah.
Mate. Well, King of the Mountain, King of the North comp's going off as well.
Yep.
So 3 rounds to go. No Lloydie, you're the NQ man. No meet this week.
Yep.
Townsville Cup next week. That's right. Yeah.
Yep. And then Cairns Newmarket the Friday after.
Yep.
So
Yep.
we had a pretty good turnout for the Friday Mackay Newmarket. I thought. I think it was one of our bigger of the 3, and then finish it off with Cairns Cup. So that'll be a big one. I think it might be the 13th or the 20th of August. I think it finishes. So exciting times. Tommy Smith, he's leading at the moment.
Is
King
he?
of the North, Rocky trainer, and I don't know if he's had a winner either, but he's
Just
from
consistent.
his stable, but he's been
just
he's
chipping
been
away.
flying. He got that winner the other day at $13 that I tipped at the Rocky meet and jumped off and it won at Mackay. But anyway,
That's classic Lloydie.
yeah,
mate.
exactly. That was the gear change he was looking for.
Yep.
Lloydie off first time.
Your money off.
Yep.
Oh, and up it gets.
And up again.
Well, speaking of Tommy, he's a good mate of yours, great mate of the show. Can't drop kick a footy though, not like myself, but that's a story for another time. But
I'm surprised that
Yeah,
there's not a whole
Oh,
segment.
well.
How long did that take?
There's not a whole segment on that yet.
you haven't seen the audio that I'm going to cut in at the start of the show, but
Uh,
we're at Eagle Farm, and Lloydie, we've got invested interests in races 2 and races 3. So, mate, race 2, I'm clever. Yourself and a few of the mugs that are quite, friendly with us on the page. I think you're gonna have a bit of a turnout there. How's the big boy going? And Slash, is he a backable prospect?
I think he is, yeah. Race 2 horse, he was an emergency, so he's right down there. Horse 19, you got to scroll a fair way.
Is he in?
He's
First of
in,
all?
yep.
Good.
So he was 3rd emergency, but he's got to start. There's already 3 scratchings, so he's there. But look, his form's been pretty good. He ran 2nd to Roadhouse, first up at Townsville. Roadhouse won again at start after. Then it won at Rocky, and then 2nd on Cup Day behind Bold Pedro, who had he'd had form around Whitewater in Brisbane kind of thing. Stays at Class 3, a mile at Eagle Farm. That's got to be right up his alley. And I know he travelled down on Wednesday, and both horses, he and Better Rain, travelled really well and settled in nicely at Laurie Mayfield Smith's stables over at Hendra. So I think $27 probably not a bad price, really.
Barrier 17's not a concern because he gets back
He gets
anyway,
back
really, so
anyway.
that's not
Yeah.
really an issue.
And you've got that long back straight at Eagle Farm to
Yeah.
sort of find spots. So
And we've got a positive jockey change there with W Pike off.
Pike off, Bubba Tilly on.
Well,
It was.
I'm
it
hearing,
Was, it really was like that.
Well, put it like this. I think Bubba loves it. He loves the show. he reckoned post race he must have been in the DMs with Tommy saying that if I was on, I would have won. But Bubba, if you had won, you wouldn't have been in the Class 3 on Saturday at Eagle Farm. So
That's it.
exactly. So everything
Bubba's
happens for a
hometown.
reason. You get to ride at Eagle Farm instead of the Cup Day ride, and you can try and win 40,000 instead of 15.
The only concern with that combination is that the horses have settled in well, but Tommy Smith, I think, is settling in at Bubba's place this week. So whether or not the chaos just continues to build until Saturday, we'll find out.
That's
but,
right.
Yeah, good luck to him. Good luck to him.
Might not make the race day there.
Well, that's what we're saying.
If they're late scratchings on the morning, we'll know why.
Exactly.
There'll be
Still-
Snapchat stories from retros on Friday night or Love and Rockets.
Just
or
having a
something.
good old time.
Yeah.
And being races 1 to 4, there was a couple that, we sort of said, Mugs, that we'll try and brisk through races 1 to 4 unless we had a real confident go. And Bean comes out and says, well, my 4 best bets are races 1 to 4. So, mate, the floor's yours. What do you like from Eagle Farm?
I have to. Race 1, I think it's one of Lloydie's favourites. I'm pretty keen on Rage, and again, to be honest, I think look, it'll sit forward. The horse jockey combo, I think they've only missed once. Eagle Farm's a big tick because it handles it super. I think it's a bet. And the other one I'm real keen on, backed in the Grafton Guineas, Guan So. I'm not jumping off here. It was a pretty good run there. I think it was beaten by, was it maybe not stable, mate, same colours kind of thing.
Some rich person.
But it's in the I Am Clever race. I think it's going to be pretty hard to beat there. So I'm happy to be on it. Loves a good track. Barrier 5. It can probably take it up. I think it sort of sat off them and powered home late, but there wasn't crazy amounts of speed. It'll kick away at 300. I think it's it's my best of the day. Go on, so I'm keen.
Gee, best of the day, mate. All right. Well, look, gives us a kitty in the race number 3. Moz has got like a lark in there, so good on Moz. Bought it for the Mugs and decided to keep it all for myself. So get around me. I think it's a bit overs though, to be honest. 30s.
Yeah, it was good. Like, it was good last 2 starts.
The form at it's a 2-year-old, so you can't get too carried away. But form's all around. What is it in the same race? Billionaire Baby, who's starting your second favourite. So. Yeah, I don't mind. Big Wiggo on board. He, good push, decided to stay in town.
Yep.
Don't know what else he's riding on the day, so I don't know if he's here for me. But shout out to you, Wiggo. If you
And I don't reckon Barrier 10's a bad thing for you because you sort of probably roll forward and he seems to jump really well.
that's what I thought. I don't know. Well, he's had 4 starts. You don't know how to ride him by this stage.
Side, though, would you? Like, he tends to... He sort of sits off and winds up, doesn't he?
Well, and that probably, he looks like he's still thinking and learning.
I mean, he went forward on the synthetic, but everything goes forward on the synthetic because otherwise you get beat. So that does ignore that, pen that win. But No,
how's the exact with the topic, Better Rain for Tommy and Bubba? He's I was surprised to see $10. We were sort of talking in the chat before markets went out and sort of expected him to be favourite.
He's the one with the genuine 2-year-old top level form.
Yeah, and that's a bit of other news, I guess. Queensland news. The O'Day Hoisted team have got a Melbourne stable. Well, taking runners to Melbourne for the spring.
Yep.
She's got the boom, unbeaten. Won the cutest jewel. Only beat Better Rain by a length and a half on the Gold Coast, and then he went north to Townsville, got beat a length and a half by Missile Thunder, who's unbeaten, and then second on Cup Day behind all that pizzazz. He came out and won by 2.5 on Saturday at Doomben, so that form, and the third horse out of that won at Mackay on Saturday too, so I was surprised $10 for it, but
Yeah.
yeah.
So here we go. We're going to have an absolute fill up in the first 2 or 3 races,
Yeah.
and no one's really gotten behind us. But anyway, fingers crossed. What's not in Queensland racing before we move on? Because this is a bit of look. The Bean wanted to have a few more opportunities to rant on this show, which we're all for and we're all happy to. Queensland track inspectors, Bean. Tell us what you think of them, and I'll actually give you a quote after from a jockey that told me a little bit of information about these mystery people.
I'm probably late to the party here. We would have been early on if it was last Thursday, because obviously TJ Golan came out and absolutely launched them. But last meeting in Ipswich, there was, I believe it was a 9-race card. There were 2 1700 metre races and 7 1350 metre races. And there was an issue with the track at the 1400 metre mark. Now, I'm not a genius, and maybe Mr. TJ Golan isn't either, but you would have thought you just remove the 2 1700 metre races and you proceed with the rest of the card.
You would have.
And surely you could sell that to the jockeys, trainers, owners. You could probably have a yarn to the horses over a carrot or something like that, and I'm sure they'd neigh away and agree with you, but honestly, that was just a disgrace.
just common sense has got to prevail sometimes, surely.
It's just
And
what are they doing?
well,
Like,
and a
just-
quote, and I won't tell you who the jockey is, but when questioned about so-called cancelled meeting, the QR representative said, "I get paid by the hour. Why would I get here any earlier than I have to make the call on the track?"
Oh,
Kid,
I get
not.
paid by the hour.
So-
why would I get here any earlier?
Because you'd think that, track work in the morning, they're probably galloping at 6 a.m, 7 a.m. Hey, you should have a pretty good idea of what the track's going to be doing at that time, wouldn't you? Nope, I'm going to get out there at 11 a.m, do my job. Oh, well, it's not fit for racing. I've made the call. See you later.
They consult the jockeys though, right, when they do that sort of stuff.
Nope. Not at all. Apparently it's decision made, spread the word, spread the love. Because a lot of
everything.
I think
about
that's
it.
Well, a lot of
Well,
jockeys get
It's
told
even
like
more-
on their way to the track by getting a
text
text message or
message,
something.
yeah.
So it's not like a, "Hey jocks, this is the situation. What do you reckon we do?"
They just decide and that's it.
Yeah. So not hot Queensland racing. Come on, better than that.
Maybe be a bit more consultative, perhaps. Just to,
yeah.
perhaps.
I think were they worried that after the post horses that finish off and get back around onto the back straight, even if they didn't,
What, all the way back around to the 1400 metre mark where they
which
started?
is a long way along the back. Like,
Give me a
put some
spell.
put some cones out.
Go away.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah,
that's not
cones
a
out.
reason.
No, yeah, I know.
I think if you know there's a hole in the ground, you're probably not going to guide
They
your
pull
horse
them up
there, are
quick.
you?
If there's a fall, they can pull them up quick, smart. All the jockeys do is ride. God, if they have to go all the way around there to stop it, that must as well have me on.
Yeah, we're not.
much.
As you can see, Mugs, we're not happy. So we just need it better because we want good racing in the state. That's
TJ
exactly
was
what we
off
need.
it though, and rightly so.
Yeah. I think the thing is too,
100%
like until Big Tej or Big Bobby Heathcote makes a noise, it doesn't really get the look in it
no one
deserves,
really
does it?
cares, so,
Nah. But anyway, we're moving on. Eagle Farm. Now look, it's going to be beautiful up here, Mug. So if you're listening and sick of these bloody Sydney heavy tracks, Melbourne heavy tracks, Belmont heavy tracks, Queensland has got you sorted.
Perth as well. That's right.
It's a heavy everywhere but Eagle Farm. So thank God we have Eagle Farm, the greatest track in the world.
good
All
good for bitumen. Ready to go.
That's it. BRC, we've sent our bank details multiple
There's the
times.
plug.
Please deposit into. But we're going to kick off with race 5. So the rail's out 3. Now, I think it's a couple of weeks since we've raced here, so who knows how it's going to play. 2 weeks, so a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
Fuck, I got one right. Then Lloyd, he's a bit slow today, isn't he?
He's
Cutest 3-year-old fillies handicap 1200 metres. Nothing gets us more excited than those couple of words. So, Lloydie, we'll start with you. We've got the show in town with the Golden Yard. A couple of good ones there. Tillingham, put on the red lights. They all go around at the shorts, but hey, if they're winning, you're winning. How are you seeing race number 5 there, mate, over the 1200? I'll give you some more odds, but
if you got the
know
Spruik,
Lloydie.
mate, the Spruik on Husson first, the red hot favourite.
Yeah,
That's what I was looking for in the form guide, mate.
I don't
That's
really,
right.
I don't really like anything. To be honest, I thought,
You have to, mate, because we're starting with race 5.
can we go to race 1? No. No, look, I probably thought maybe if you're going to have a bet, I won't be betting in the race, but I thought Son of Star. Third
half
last
like
start.
that.
Yeah, behind Yesterday. I rate that horse. Before that in Sydney, Ruben Nocky, petulant all towards the top end of the betting, and it was good late. Hit the line nicely over the 1200 and stays there, but gets back $20.
Well, for Dick's in too, you've got Yesterday going around in the last again, don't
No,
you?
there's
So,
a big thing in the last.
no, well, there we go. We've got him back there, Mugs. Ben, race number 5.
Yeah, look, I'm going with one here. I'm a bit worried about the rock hard service, but I'm with Fear Naught from the CJ Wallace stable. It wasn't a terrible run. It needs it soft or heavy though. That's the problem. The bitumen's probably not its go, but it just couldn't get out last start. It was winding up late. This is its pet trip. Barrier 3. Good mare's jockey on board, even though I think it's even though I don't think it's a mare. But I know
it's a
feel
3-year-old fillies race, so I hope it's.
Yeah, I hope so.
Look, I'm keen on it. I just think it needs give in the ground generally, but this is the test. If it doesn't, if it goes like a busted ass, you just never back it again.
You
on a
could
good
go and piss
surface.
on the track at the 400.
Yeah, probably could.
Get a can, mate.
I'd have to probably
Yeah.
get about 40,000 other
Yeah.
members out there too. But yeah, look, I'm happy to take it again. I think it was about $10 or $9 last time, so
$8
same
now.
again. It was a good run. Yeah.
Well, I've got one at $5.50 for you boys. It's just going to truck in, and the boss man,
Rocks
you
it
know,
in.
Roxanne, put on the red light. All right, there's going to be a few little Sting fans out there.
Yeah.
Sing that. We'll find out at Gallopers when we request it
Yeah.
from Spike. I think today's the day.
Yeah.
It's look, it's one of those get back running horses, which I think all of them are, but had a good had a third at the Eagle Farm. So the box is ticked there, and that was behind the stablemate Tidium. Gets 4 kilos on the stablemate since that start there as well. So settling back from barrier 14 or 20, whatever it is. Come wide, storm home. They sort of were making their runs together that last start, and I think Tillium just sort of didn't get through the soft there as well. So
Us on first could just be something super, but
well,
for one
it's
start,
just the midweek
it's just
to
kind of like-
Saturday,
Midweek
like-
maiden win to a Saturday.
Yeah, I know, but sometimes they just jump out of the ground and win by 6 again.
Yeah.
But
You trust the stable, you don't want the price, but you sort of, in
if you
hindsight,
could
go,
get
geez, that was pretty...
455, you could be
pretty
like,
easy.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's
They come
definitely
for
gonna,
it.
it's definitely going to be that race where it's like, why don't I have that on top?
Yep.
Anyway.
So that's it.
Moving
So I'm with the boss man here in race 5. So from next week, we'll get Tony back on to have a bit of Golan's Gospel. It's our first week back, Monk, so we're still ironing the crinks out. We've got to forget that we sometimes got to do some work on this show. So that's just in a wait for next week category. But moving on to race 6, if you watched race 5 closely, you'll hopefully see the race pattern for race 6 because we've got another 1200 metre BM78 handicap. I know there's no in the sea as such, but for some reason you're not a fan of Go Wanji.
Mate, there isn't in the sea, in fact. It was my best of the day
righto.
from Wednesday.
I'm talking wop, wop, wop. That's some wet ass.
Landsborough lad, it's gone. We talked
right.
about on Messenger. We've spoken about the differentiation between the Queensland colours and the Sydney colours. The Sydney colours are obviously Jewess. The Queensland colours are the disappointing sort of white water and Landsborough lad and XYZ. You know what the worst part is, right? This is a horse. I don't like massively dislike it. It's just cost me a fortune. It's only had 6 starts.
Yeah.
My God.
I almost feel like I shouldn't throw it in the sea because it's too early to lob in the sea.
It hasn't won a maiden
But
yet.
it comes up $2.20.
Is it still a maidener?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not one of. Yeah,
It's
it's
like 5 seconds and a third.
No wonder
yeah,
I'm so
I don't think
over
it's run outside the top 4 in
No.
6 starts.
No.
Yeah, it's got
Probably make it bang,
4
actually.
seconds and a third.
Yeah.
It's always unders. Yeah, it's just 6 starts. It's just, but it's got to go in the sea because you just like if you're getting $10 each time, you could sort of entertain it because you're getting a
Yeah,
bit
you're
of
getting
place
odds on.
value, but you're getting odds on every time, and it's just murderous. But moving on to race 6.
Would it make a very nice Smugs English digital purchase? That's what we want to know.
Probably would be.
You know what
be a
happened?
good-
Cutest.
Be a good cash grab.
You know what would happen? It would go up on Inglis. It'd be like we'd be the highest bidder, about $2,000 with 2 hours to go,
Inglis would
and
go
then
down.
it's also in that Saturday.
Yeah.
Wins its maiden by 15 lengths, and then the price goes to 100k.
Yeah,
Then we
probably.
missed out.
And then you
Probably
lose
set
your,
out
your
job.
maiden kill. And,
Race 6. I'm with Go Wanji actually. It's annoying me, but I think I have to be back on with it here. Deleth is miles too short in my opinion.
They've smacked it too, Delph.
yeah, because she wasn't going to get a run at first. She was
I know it's flying, but like there's a lot of pace in this race. There's a lot of pace.
Yeah.
Fleet Dove, Rubamos, Acrobatic, Dusty, Kavak, Deference, they'll all shoot forward. It's going to be battling a lot of them. It does like to sort of take it up and be outside lead or leading. I just think, Go on. This is track. 3 from 5 at the distance, 2 from 3 at the track, 5 from 7 on a good surface. If they're running on it all, and by race 6, surely we can see the pattern there. If they're running on it, wins. If they're not, it just gets beat. But $3.40 in a field like this, Go Wanji carrying
It's not a bad
60.
price, is it?
I think it's well backable. Yeah.
I guess the question, Lloydie, is it's 6 or 7 kilos between the two favourites, though.
Yep. I'm with Deleth.
Deleth,
For that reason, I think the 7 kilo swing and Mark Duplessis. We're fans of him. He's given us a couple of wins, but 7 winners this month already. Flying.
Fine.
And the new true weight scale where they don't have to be the 54 anymore if you're 54, if it's a minimum weight 54, but the handicaps only means 52. You can run 52 if you've got a jockey that can ride that. So Mark in here with 53 kilos, I think she just gets all the favours from barrier 2. There's speed, but yeah.
Yeah.
way.
No, so no
way.
Dusty Tycoon fans here.
No, but we
No?
might if we've got time, there might be a little bit of a something
Yeah, well,
in line with that.
I think we can. I'm with Bean on this one. Delith, it's just going to be the put it on the map run, really. I'm just a bit worried that this is run number 6, I think, for the prep, and probably the first Cyril prep, whether it's just one too far. Go Wanji, they keep saving from the soft tracks, don't they? So,
They do.
got to be flying. But we mentioned Dusty Tycoon, and they're good friends of the Mugs.
Yeah.
Not the My Runners crew, we don't like them whatsoever, but I don't know, is there something that that you need to share with the atmosphere there, Lloydie?
Well, we might change the name of the topic we might have a name change because My Runners have sort of merged with the racing league, the Tiara. Right, and they've got a couple of winners. They've got a few handy horses, but one of them in Queensland that won the other day called Larrikin Rogue for Chris Anderson. Won the first race of the day at the Sunshine Coast, missed the kick under Steph Thornton and flew home and won by 0.2 of a length. That was the Colts and Geldings, and they've run about 0.2 of a second slower than the fillies the race after over the same track and distance. But the tab posted the replay, and as you would when you got customers who've got 1,000 owners in a horse.
Yep.
But in all caps lock, one of the greatest wins you will ever see. That was the quote with the video of the race replay. And the 1,000 or thereabouts owners were fully in support of that idea that it was probably the best win you'll ever see on a racetrack. And I just thought maybe we'll come back down to earth a little bit. And it beat Hemsby. Like, I've never heard of any of the horses that they run slow time.
They're in for a wild ride.
Oh, yeah. And it's good to see.
Most eye-catching when you ever seen in the last 3 days or something.
That's why we declined the tax.
It sort of jumped in the gates and missed it a bit, and Steph was on, so kudos.
But not Pakistan Star in Hong Kong. Or
No,
something
not
like that.
Shataka in Hong Kong.
Yeah,
Not Shataka's
Nah.
TJs. Not Winx's Cox Plates or Queen Elizabeth wins. Not Very Elegance win. Anyway,
The Sunny Coast Maiden.
Sunny Coast
There we
Maiden.
go.
And you could also build onto that. A lot of those media joints have been going, what's one horse you think will win a Group 1 in the spring? And Team Captain is one that gets thrown around a lot. We had to Google who Team Captain was, and it was one of the Vic Hustlers. Matt Kamani's got it, a stayer. And Melbourne Cup winner, apparently. I don't know.
So you might have to have
200 to 1 into 26s or something like that. The weight of money.
There you go.
But anyway, spell me, please.
Yeah, look, well, good luck to them. I guess our only thing is we're just smart with our racehorses and know if they're that good or not, to be honest. Otherwise, we spruik them. Don't get us wrong.
Yeah.
Just like the spruik in race 7. We're over the 1,000, and I'll tell you what, Mr. Queensland Osamu, $74 billion colt purchase, had a few different homes. It's come up, made it 2 from 2 at Eagle Farm. Jumps out your $3.60 favourite. Does the old Osamu come back to bite everybody now?
Yeah, it'll be 2 from 3 at Eagle Farm.
2 from 3, Lloydie. Mate, I'm with you here. I think he can get beat, but I want you to tell me why and see if I can better him. Well, who wins? That's what we need to find out first.
Because I think we're probably on the same wavelength, to be honest. I'm not sure, but I think next year's maybe Queensland's leading apprentice or leading jockey, Angela Jones.
Don't give that away, mate. We want the price.
We want the price, but top weight, Tony Gollan, Angela Jones, the move. I think he's better than these. In with 58 kilos after the claim. Barrier 7 probably gets to sit outside and eyeball Osamu. I don't think it'll get the picnic that it got last start when it kicked away from him and got it all its own way. But won 4 in a row this time last year. Beat Centrefire, Lyrical Girl there, King Klaus, the Odyssey. They're all top sprinters, and its last 2 defeats it was behind Zoo Style, who was a Doomben 10,000 favourite or close to, and Remlap's Gem over the 900 at the Gold Coast, who's about 15 from 15 that track and distance. So his trial was good. They ran time, just done it all within himself. I think he comes out and wins.
Yeah, mate. Well, there's a rule that we have here at the Mugs, and it's the other Golden runner, and that's where I've landed. Mischief Management.
Yeah, first up flies, doesn't it?
First up flies. Stephanie Thompson Thornton on board. She's a gun, mate. She's a gun. Loves the show. First up was huge. I think, his first up. Last prep first up was huge. Meets Samu 4.5 kilos better from when they clashed last prep, and she beat him home anyway, that start. So, Samu just 1 from 5 second up. So maybe he's just the first up specialist. Ade Hoisted worked their magic, but you're right, man. I think there's a bit of speed here, and Steph can just get the box seat at the $11 and fly past them late and see you later. Eagle Farm, big tick. Let's do it.
I think she might be waving to Michael Cahill though. I think the graft. I like the Grafton form. I think Burning Crown's a pretty good bet here about the 950. Absolutely loves this trip. It does go probably slightly better first up, but it's sort of not much worse second up. It's got a pretty good, needs to go bang bang early, and then it really starts to tail off pretty quickly. Yeah. So it goes early on in the prep. Relishes all the conditions. Barrier 1 probably 3 pairs back the outside maybe, gets back, but from there he should be able to sort of hold position. If I'm out the back and third last on the corner, I'll be pretty filthy from barrier 1. But I just think there's a bit of pace in here, and if he can sit off them, rattle home, I think 950 too good. I like the Grafton form, I reckon.
Mate, you're all about Grafton this week, aren't you?
Mate, love it, mate. It's the
back
place
a
to
winner
be.
over the Grafton Carnival.
Yeah,
Rangers in the morning.
Yeah, I didn't have any money on.
Oh.
Yeah,
You
no.
didn't need to, mate. Your heart was on.
I had a couple of other collects at nice prices, which was handy.
Might have to get a Beans Grafton goer every week or something like that. They're probably, I don't know, are they racing there? Oh, you know.
No, they're not on the weekend.
No, that's why you're so upset today. Oh, sorry. Boys, before we move on to race 8, we're going to throw some little horse news in here and there. I've got some, believe it or not. You lads can add to it or not.
Absolutely shocked.
So, look, I think everyone is in alligator blood euphoria still.
Yep.
We love the horse again.
Yep.
The situation, I've just been informed. I was thinking, I'm just going to load it every spring carnival, rah, 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 rah. He's still not cleared to race in Melbourne yet. It's still a pending decision. Yep. So, Mugs in the morning, Racing Victoria. Oh. So, Mugs out there that were like me and going through futures markets at probably 3 a.m. after doing your dough at Goodwood or wherever in the UK. I'd imagine it's all in markets. Don't get on yet. Wait till you get the clear word. And apparently, if it's not allowed, he'll be looking at international campaigns, which is pretty huge. But it's a pretty crazy scenario for a crazy bloke.
Go to Hong Kong with him for that international meet at the end of the year.
Hong Kong, Gay says he's a Royal Ascot horse, but I'm sure she says that to every owner in the stable. Yeah. But so that's breaking news at the moment. Love to see him there because you just want to see like what our form can do.
Get behind him
on the biggest stage of the spring.
Particularly the Stradbroke.
Queensland form. Well, that's right. Well, we've had Tofane come out and done quite well since last year's Stradbroke.
And if not, there's always like the Cleveland Bay in a week that they could go to. First up at Townsville.
They could do that.
Handicap, well, probably 61 kilo top weight.
If not the big Alan, fucking the man, he's confident he'll get the 2000. So we also do have the BM80 Chris Waller middle distance handicap every week.
Carrying 78 kilos.
Yeah, but he's a fighter. So
that's right.
So there you go. There's some good Queensland.
What are the words? Tenacious.
Never give up.
Never give up.
Attitude. Then you just watched WWE and stole John Cena's catchphrases. All right, but a race that Alligator Blood won't be contesting is the Eagle Farm City Music Race Day over the 1400. And look, I thought this horse is surely in the spelling paddock by now, but Paladas is still going around. And guess what? It's favourite. Shock me dead. Quick question off the fly. You've got $5 left. You can only have a bet on 1 or 2 horses racing in at Eagle Farm. It's either Paladas or in Glitter Strip. Which one are you taking?
Glitter Strip.
Glitter Strip.
Paladas.
I'm just going to donate it to
charity.
Right, $5, Lloydie. You're the Paladas fan by the sound of it. Are you going back to the well for the 74th time?
You know, when I saw the field come out for this, and I saw Paladas in there with 52 kilos, I went, "You beauty, that's got to be a bet."
Oh no!
And then I saw it was $5 favourite, and I nearly fell off my chair. But then I thought I'd take $5 about a good thing. Well, not necessarily a good thing, but I'd happily take a $5 winner. And I actually thought his Rocky Newmarket run, I actually thought he was almost a certainty beat.
Rocky form, here we go.
Rocky form. I know, but, you know, like...
I thought we said no Rocky form chat this season.
Yeah. But, like, before that, the eyeliner at listed level, Francesco Guardi, second. It's won 2 races in Sydney since. $5 $5, 52
It's
kilos.
a hard field, isn't it? It's a hard field.
Is it that hard?
I reckon it's. I've got one I'm pretty keen on, to be honest.
I mean, I thought Looks Like Elvis probably the. I'll let you go then. Yeah, I'm really not keen. I just thought Paladas, if he's going to win a race.
What's the last win for Paladas? You have it up there? While Bean's getting ready?
No, only 6 starts ago.
6 starts
That
ago.
time it was $1.30 at Sunny Coast.
Oh, that's right.
Oh yeah, I remember that day. Yeah, look, I'm pretty keen. Looks like Elvis. I think it's dual normed Sydney
Straight.
as
They're
well.
coming here.
Oh, they're coming here. They are. Well, they've got Jimmy Orman on. So if they're not coming here, there's something going on.
Yeah.
Yeah, best jockey in the state at the moment, if not the country. He is absolutely flying.
Being a big fan.
Big
Man,
fan
Orman,
of
jeez.
J.O.
Jimmy, send us a hat, brother.
Hey, have you seen how good the bloke rides?
he
man?
is.
I think if we go back to the first
he could
episode
get-
of the
he
season,
could
I
get
said
him
he'll
on-
win the
He
premiership.
could get him on my back the way he's going at the moment. It's ridiculous.
Sounds like you want him to.
Yeah.
Look, it eats this trip. I think last prep it was ran the mile. The mile's just too far. It's a 1400 meter specialist straight up. Like, you just doesn't go a yard longer than that. 2 ago, beat a pretty handy field at Flemington. Then runs a third. I think prior to that, run a third behind Taxu, which there's all sorts of raps about. If that's in this
listed level too.
yeah,
I believe it
Taxu,
was.
Oscar Zulu, if they're in this field, they're odds on or better. I just think I think it was $8, $7.50, 60 kilos. I know, but it is a genuine gift. Yeah,
Yeah.
that into one and you'll be maybe.
I'm just worried the big weight
You will be.
where it gets to. But that first up win was bloody ripper.
Yeah, I'm not concerned. I think it's a lot better than this lot.
It's got the weight to suggest that it is better.
Yeah, it is better. Yeah, well, handicap ratings suggest that as well.
Well,
I think it's 99. The next best is like 90 or 94 maybe or something.
Well, I'm going to the 12th best horse in the race for my pick. Going a bit rough with him, Vinciano. Bit of a heartbreaker, but
Which stable?
proven thoroughbreds. I think they just brought up to Queensland for a stint. So, look, Benny Thornton Thompson, whatever you lovers are calling yourself, listen here. Barrier 4, you have to lead on this horse.
Lead it.
It has no other option. Every other start it's had hates the wet tracks. That's why they're bringing it up here. Last start, I don't know, first up run, maybe you can't look too much into it, but you've got to lead. Otherwise, rip your ticket off. There's no pace in this race.
Yeah.
So,
from Love
it's going to be the
Oh,
chance.
yeah, but it hasn't. I backed Love Tap last start.
Yeah,
and I
for
was
that
thinking
reason.
it's going to go forward and lead and run him into the ground. There's no speed. It was third last the fence and never came into it. It's like it's been back to the trials and now it's up here on a dry track though. So what's the bet? Is there a gear change? What's the bet? It rolls
Love Tap.
along, leads.
Yeah.
It's one of those things too, and I know a lot of trainers like to teach him to sell and stuff, but if you've got an absolute bloody go out lead and win horse, wouldn't you just relish it and just pick your spots a bit better?
Definitely.
It's that fucking simple, isn't it? Surely. But yeah, look, good rap for
Trainer Moz.
well, good rap from you. I'm going to be a trainer one day.
Yeah, I can see that already. I can
Just
see
gonna run out and
I can
get
see your confidence.
3 horse
You're like telling
races,
people
mate.
what to do as well, mate.
Yeah,
so that
well, exactly. Go to the Roma Cup, 4 in the field. I'll have 3 of the runners. Moz Manselman, I'm calling me. Be great. Be awesome. But Jimmy Orman, shout out to him.
Big fan.
Jockey Premiership this year. I think he's won it by
Ramped
like
up.
10 races or something too.
Yeah.
So 10 wins and big KWT apprentice title for the year too. So he's an absolute gun as well. Good ranks. Love to sort of see him just continue the form and then be top line jocks come Winter Carnival next year.
Yeah, that's it. They sort of get.
They get shafted
It's a very-
when the winter carnival.
Sharp is
They
very
do, but they also get
flavour
shown
of the
up.
month, I think, as well.
They get
You know,
shown
a
up.
bit.
Oh yeah, well, we saw that day Nash came up on like a Wednesday.
Yeah,
Yeah, like 4 winners or something.
But I think you'd listen to Kyle talk and he you sort of have a bit of faith. I think listening, going, he's going to be the real deal. You know, like he's already halfway there, but
Competitive animal,
yeah,
isn't he?
it sounds like he wants to be the best in Australia. You know, like
Yeah.
whereas some other ones maybe they don't have that
Yeah,
yet.
agreed. I think too, I don't know how easy it is, or maybe it's too easy up here. They've got it that way, but like
Yeah, possibly.
someone like Kyle to go, I want to do 3 months in Sydney. You might be losing a heap of money, sort of thing, but you're at least mixing it with the best and learning. While he's like he's 20, 21, he's young.
Yeah.
Like just under the learning tree for a couple of years and then come back and he could have it at his mercy for.
It'll be an
10,
exciting
15
couple of
years.
years, I think, though, because like Jaden's obviously got plenty of ability in
Yeah.
the saddle. Kyle obviously as well, and you got a few others that are
Yeah.
there and about, in the apprentice sort of
Ranks.
Like they're not going to be apprentices much longer. I think Kyle's only got another 16 winners before he outrides his claim or something like that.
Yeah, right.
But still, he rode 50 winners this season, so the 16 is going to take
He
6 months anyway.
Might do it in 2 weeks, mate.
But he could.
Is he, I don't know, he's not going up to Toowoomba, is he, Saturday night? We'll find out in the hone in their mugs, but we're going to move on because we've got the Get Out Stakes, race 9, over the 1400. And I'll tell you what, we may be finishing with an absolute superstar, potentially. We just don't know what the ceiling is. You're only going to get $2 to find out about how good Manhood is. Barrier 15, ex-Costa, Mr. Strike Rate now at the Neesham Yard. Jay keeps the ride. I think there's a bit more depth in this field than what a $2 favourite in the last sort of suggests. And Lloydie, you give me some nods, but you could almost be saying this thing could just blow us away, and it's that simple.
Oh, it certainly could, but I don't think it will.
Oh, there you go.
There you go.
I thought you were giving me that look saying I'm launching this $2.
Yeah, that's right. That's the vibe I got. I was like,
No.
here we go.
We haven't learned much over the
$400
offseason,
bet.
have we?
No. Good thing beat last start. Field Weary. Second to Frumos the start before that. She could be anything. She went on and won in Sydney.
This sounds like my text message to the group chat a few weeks ago when I was getting destroyed, mate.
Were you on Field Weary?
No, I said Frumos.
Oh,
pretty damn good
Frumos.
horse. You're like, oh, I just want a BM80, mate. Calm your farm.
But this was the Newcastle run. But that was a good win. I didn't see it win that day. It won at BM80, but it was bloody impressive. Anyway, last start, this Field Weary got a mile back and weaved away through and went down 0.2 by Hot Spring Gold, who is one of the Racing League horses. So they were up and about, as he would be with an Eagle Farm winner, but stays the same track and distance, goes from a class 3 to a 3-year-old handicap, which maybe you could say up in grade, but only goes up half a kilo. And all the big guns, I think, you got Manhood, another couple up the top as well, Yes Dream, Enabler, they're all drawn into car park, whereas she's drawn barrier 4, so Jimmy Byrne goes on, maybe you see it settle a little bit closer, and there'll be speed, because those ones will want to go forward to the lead, I'd say, from out wide, so $7 each way in the last.
Yes. I'm with you there, Lloydie. I think they settled. It was a pretty. She jumped pretty well last start, just from a wide gate. So I think they had to settle back. So yeah, a bit closer in the run. Fingers crossed.
I'm going with the Mafia.
Oh,
this is the sting. This is the sting.
Chatty.
This is the sting of the
You've got the message.
the week. Yeah, this Chatty Lady, mate. It was a it was a super run last start. Rattled home and knocked him off. Gets KWT on. The extra 50 metres in trip is going to suit massively. Only queries first go Eagle Farm, just because some horses don't handle it. But like we said before, the magic's back. I'm feeling it in the shoulders.
Strike rate.
Chatty Lady. The strike rate is up and about. There's all sorts of pace here, like you said, drawn out. It's going to be right there with Field Weary. Those two will be fighting out finish. I think that's your Quinella, but Chatty Lady to knock off the Freedmans.
Wowee.
That's
Okay.
You're simply the best.
Bets. Bazinga.
Bazinga.
Bazinga. That just seems to be the buzz at the moment because, Bean, you'd like to introduce. I mean, your bangers are always pretty bang on, but when you're zinging in, you're bazinga in. Maybe tell the mugs out there what your train of thought is for this upcoming season with how you're seeing the good ones.
I'm shifting it. I'm shifting gears a little here. The bangers are at this level that I'm taking it up a few notches, and we're gonna go Beans Bazinga
That sounds
every week. Beans Bazinga, and for this week, don't mind if I do Guangzhou in race 2. Beans Bazinga, I think, can win, but there's a couple I'm pretty keen on. Looks like Elvis and Chatty Lady in the last of. I'll have a couple of nice plays there, I think.
Bazinga. It's sort of
around the grounds. Actually,
yeah. Come on.
I'm going up to Toowoomba actually. No prices yet, but race 4 Bafana is a living, breathing. I think.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, very keen on Bafana.
Toowoomba.
Race 4. It'll probably come up $1.20, and everyone will be like,
Toowoomba
"Of course you're
Bazinga."
keen." But Toowoomba Mafia race 4 Bafana.
There we go, mate. Well, fingers crossed you can kick off the Bazinga in winning style. And Lloydie, I know we're not really on the spot thinkers, but it sort of feels like we need to upgrade our little quote there as well. So, look, I'll call it Lloydie's lock until you correct me. But Lloydie's lock, best of the day. You'll be spinning your tyres all week thinking of something.
Yeah, no, I've got nothing at the moment. I think it'll go to the last for Lloydie's lock, Field Weary, in the get out. I think that's not a bad way to do it. Around the grounds, I'm going to a wet Rose Hill Gardens.
Mate, that'll be a swarm.
Yeah. The hat, ignore the logo, and if you take the logo off, it's just a blue hat. And we're with the Blue Caps.
Oh, yeah.
Race 2.
The Dolphins.
The Dolphins. Race 2, horse 15, Troach. It's $15.
Troach.
Yeah. 2-year-old filly. This is how ballsy this is, because heavy track, 2-year-old filly, second up. But
How many starts has that had?
only 5.
Yeah.
She won a maiden on a midweek.
I reckon
Yeah, I don't know what Troach means.
Yeah, we'll get to that.
I reckon I'm back to that today.
Yeah,
based on what Ben was just about to share with you.
But first up, got midfield, hit the line, midnight in Tokyo won. That's Natuno form.
Yeah, it's good.
And that was the day. I'm pretty sure the fence was hot. She was out in the middle of the track, so
Yeah.
I reckon that'll just do her the world of good into this second up run. She stays at the 1100. She drops from 55 to 52.5 with Reece Jones in the saddle, and he's one of the gun apprentices.
What price?
15s.
Oh, that's alright.
Yeah.
15s.
And my birthday's 15th of February, and this is 15 too.
Oh,
Well,
jeez.
There's the omen.
And I think this is more so the omen. So a wonderfully bred horse, of course, by Epaulette and Anise is
Anise.
the dam.
You'd almost
there you
think
go.
it's anus.
So- well, you could
That
almost,
must make a bit more
because
sense.
For those wondering how Sheikh Mohammed Mahaf Abdul, before we get too racist, thought of the naming. A troach actually means the hair located in one's gooch, which, for those still playing at home, is the area between the ball sack and the arsehole. So, and as Urban Dictionary puts it in a sentence, bro, I need to shave my troach off. It's starting to get out of control. So there you go. That's some good spotting there from the Godolphin camp, and I'm sure they're well aware of what that meant too. And they chuck them through to Racing Australia, and they get the ticks. So, well, mate, I'll give you my banger before we come back to our round the grounds, and I'm going Mischief Managed in race number 7. Steph Thornton, $11, chucking the old Troach out in the line for the mugs out there too. So good luck if you follow. Around the grounds, Lottie, have you got one for us?
Troach was
That was
around
it.
the
You already
grounds.
did it.
Oh,
I just got so
You
distracted.
were so excited.
Yeah, I did.
Field Weary was the best. And then we're going to Sydney.
Yeah, you're
for
right.
Troach,
I thought you meant Field Weary meant something on Urban Dictionary as well. But
Maybe it does.
maybe it does.
You got it up.
That's probably what we need to do every week. Go through the horses and see what's snuck through the radar.
That's just a new segment.
Yeah, I like it. See, that's how we do it, Mums.
Yeah, it's that easy.
we bring you what you want, and we tell you what you want, because it's funny for us. Chief Eltony for me at Moonee Valley, I think first meet back
Yeah,
there.
geez, you put a photo up on the Insta today.
Yeah,
It
looks Schmidt.
God, it's
That
covered.
That
Jeez.
looks like the best grass I've seen in a
I
long
think,
time.
when are they doing renovations there, or have they finished? Aren't they? They're doing renos there, with a track upgrade or something
No,
like
because
that.
I'm pretty sure. I feel like
Well, it's-
Caulfield's first. So
Oh,
I think
right.
Caulfield's out of action in the autumn.
Okay.
Moonee Valley becomes Caulfield.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
And then I think the Valley gets.
Just a sec, I just got
Gets
to try some road.
Gee whiz.
Do you want to book a holiday in autumn and we'll just
It's
forget
simple.
about it?
On
Well,
pace.
to be fair, I do like Moonee Valley to punt at. I've always punted pretty well there, but
Yeah,
but
it's that easy.
it can be a death trap.
Can be a death trap, and well, Chief Eltony almost is a death trap. If you've backed him the last few starts, you don't need me to go into that, but got to be due.
Yeah, surely.
Got to be
I
due.
thought I saw a tip for it as well, and I thought, geez, you game.
Mate, there's been a tip for it every week for 10
I
weeks.
know.
That's
But
the worry. That
you got that form around. Looks like Elvis there. I think Chief Eltony was third to Taxu, and JoJo was a man last start.
Yeah.
Taxi.
JoJo's a man is a red hot favourite too in the Winter Challenge
Yeah.
down in Rose Hill as well. I saw came up like carrying
Crosstalk
52 or
favourite,
something.
I think, but
oh, is it?
yeah.
And they're like right together in the
Bang, bang.
market. Yeah, yeah.
Snippy Fox was in that a lot, but
Yeah, I was gonna go there, but it's a pretty tough race. That's
It
the
is.
first gold trip first up into that. That's its
Yeah.
first
well,
run.
it was meant to be last week, wasn't it? That
yeah,
run?
with the
Yeah.
Cox Plate target.
Well, Gold Trip's the best horse to ever come to Australia, according to anyone that
Just hasn't had a run yet.
bought Gold Trip.
Anyway,
That's right. Didn't even it got scratched, didn't it?
Yeah.
Before it even or injured or something like that. Anyway, well, Mugs, what a great show. What a great audience. Thanks for listening. Eagle Farm Saturday. The boys will be down there,
We'll
so
be there.
come say good day if we see you.
the Wags, they will be there.
If we're losing, don't come
kids
say
will be
hello.
there.
If you just want to come and give us a spray,
Yeah.
well, we're used to that anyway. So go for it. We might be with Gabby, so that's probably why people might come over. Who knows? Anything to leave the Mugs with, boys?
And I'm looking forward to getting back to the track. I've been there in a month and a bit or something like that. So
Yeah.
keen to get back.
Well, officially last meeting of the season. so to speak.
Yeah.
So memberships roll
Renew
over
your
next
memberships if you're a member
week.
of the
No,
VRC.
they haven't paid us to say that yet, mate.
Oh,
So you
okay.
do as you wish.
Yeah.
But yeah, well, remember for next weekend when we go and they don't let us in. But
Yeah.
it's probably for other reasons.
Do you know who we are?
Yeah, we do. That's why you're not coming in. Oh shit. Anyway, see ya.
See you guys.